Let's talk about building wealth. Everyone's looking for that one secret, right? But what if it's not some hidden trick? What if it's a simple path that just gets lost in all the hype? Well, today, we're going to cut through that noise. We're going to focus on the one strategy that's actually been proven to work over and over again.
You see it everywhere, right? Books, viral videos. They're all screaming about some kind of magic formula for instant riches. It's like this never-ending search for a financial holy grail.
So, the big question is, does that secret recipe, that hidden blueprint to a fortune, actually exist? Well, we're about to dive in, and I gotta tell you, the answer might just surprise you. It's a lot simpler than you think.
Okay, but before we get to that, we've got to talk about something. Our obsession with speed. I mean, think about it. The stories that really grab our attention, the ones that go viral, they're not just about getting rich, they're about getting rich fast.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's all over the headlines, right? Crypto millionaires popping up overnight, people making a killing on some high-risk bet. The whole thing is built on this super tempting promise of getting rich, like now. It's this powerful mirage that makes you think it's the only game in town.
But this is where we need to press pause on all those exciting stories and look at the cold, hard data. Because, when you actually push past the hype, the numbers, they tell a completely different story about how real, lasting wealth is built.
And that brings us to the most important question of all. For most of us, for the vast majority of people, is this crazy, high-speed, high-risk roller coaster the real way to build wealth that actually lasts?
Well, the answer really boils down to one incredibly powerful number: 7 out of 10. Seriously, that one statistic just changes the entire conversation. Let that sink in for a second.
So, what's so special about that number? Well, it's not 7 out of 10 crypto gurus or day traders who hit the jackpot. No, it's 7 out of 10 millionaires who built their wealth the exact same way, by investing for the long term in the stock market and in real estate. See, that's the difference between just gambling and having a real solid strategy.
Okay, so if that whole get-rich-quick thing is just a mirage, what's the real path? Let's call it the patient method. And look, it's not some big secret, but it absolutely requires a huge shift in how you think about all this.
Let's break this down. It's really built on 4 super simple pillars. First up, the key assets. We're not talking about chasing the latest fad. We're talking about focusing on things that have historically built wealth. Stocks and real estate. Pillar number 2, the time horizon. You got to think in decades, not days. That's how you let the magic of compounding do its thing. The third, and this one's crucial, is the essential ingredient: patience. That's just the discipline to stick with your plan even when the market gets shaky. And finally, the philosophy behind it all: you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just need to copy the simple strategy that has already worked for most people.
So at the end of the day, it really just comes down to a choice, doesn't it? You have to choose which path you're going to follow. The one that's loud and flashy and exciting, or the one that's quiet but proven to work. And this leads us to the final and maybe most important change in perspective. That path that seems, kind of boring, consistently saving, investing with discipline, and just waiting. That's the path that actually turns out to be the most profitable. The real thrill isn't in some daily gamble. It's in watching your wealth steadily grow year after year.
So, I want to leave you with one last thought. We spend so much time and energy thinking about where to put our money, right? But what if the best investment you can make isn't in a stock or a property, but in a mindset? Maybe it's time we all asked ourselves, is patience my next big investment?
And that's a wrap on this one. Hey, if you found this look at the data helpful, make sure to follow for more insights like this. Thanks for tuning in, and invest wisely.